All right, y'all. So I don't know. I've been thinking about the 2009 era, right? And just like how Young Money just going out really sad, really sad. And now Pink Wig herself has been ranting and raging online for years, like we already know that. But the recent tirades have been getting more and more loony, in my opinion. Like it's giving Azalea Banks and like Kanye West at this point. Like that's what it's giving. To the point that anytime she trends online, I'm already knowing 9 times out of 10, it's not because she's come out with a new single or new album, or she's like, oh, y'all, look at this freestyle I done wrote. Like, it's not for none of that usually. It's because she beefing with somebody, or because her husband didn't turn in some legal document or something. But you know what I mean? Like, it is so sad because I'm thinking about when I was in middle school on a bus riding, with my headphones in, like jamming. It's just none of that now. All of the nostalgia just evaporates anytime I see what's in front of me today in 2025. Let's talk about this random beef, girl, I guess. Like, what?
So lonely, insecure, they don't control me, boy, you can't control me, I wasted my time and time is money, bitch,
Way back in 2018, I put out the first book in my Xeraxia series called Xeraxia, Wrath of the God King. Now I'm so excited to let you all know that the sequel to that book, Xeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, is out now. Anywhere you get your ebooks and audiobooks, you can find it there. I'm talking about Amazon, Audible, audiobooks.com, Google Play. Like, it's all there. Also, you can go to www.xeraxia.com to purchase it directly from my site. Check out my series, check out the first book, and make sure you get the second book because it's out now. I'm so excited.
All right, y'all. So this article I'm pulling from you'll find in my description if you want to read the whole thing. You already know how we do it over here. So after Pink Wig dissed SZA in a series of eyebrow-raising messages, SZA fired back with her own scathing reaction. But that's not where the beef started. In fact, Miss Starships originally called out rapper Punch, who is also signed to SZA's Top Dog Entertainment label. Well, actually, I think he's like co-president of TDE. And in his Twitter bio, he says he manages SZA, but like clearly he also manages other artists as well. But yeah, Pink Wig was saying that he was allegedly bullying me on Twitter for no reason. Punch has yet to publicly address the allegations, and I hope he doesn't because Pink Wig seems so paranoid that she took him tweeting this and flew off the handle, right? Broken Barbies is what Punch's tweet says, right? But if Mrs. Pink Wig utilized that brain for more than 3 seconds, she would have noticed that this man was literally talking about one of his artist's new songs. The artist's name is I Am Lyric. So I guess Punch was trying to promote it, and she took all of that as shade directed towards her. It's like when that Megan's Law line came out in Hiss. I don't know why Miss Wig didn't just let that line be about Drake and just remain hush, but she claimed it quick. She hopped on it quick, right? So yeah, I guess any mention of a Barbie, a Pink Wig, a sexual assault, or any mention of those things, Miss Pink Wig is going to think that applies to her or the people around her because it's given. And I'm just like, well, Cinderella. She goes on. So glad I have proof of being bullied by and being lied on by a man publicly. She goes on a platform I use for my job after I rejected his business proposition on more than one occasion. And it's just crazy, like hanging around and defending and marrying someone, like people who are accused, at the very least, we can say accused of being predator men, all these men, right? While also claiming that no one cares when you get quote unquote victimized by men is really, really, really rich. Like that is so ironic. And then also how that Jennifer Hush situation was handled. It's just very ironic that you're talking about, oh my gosh, I'm being bullied by men and men. Like you, girl, girl. So anyway, the article goes on, I guess, after Miss Wig went on her rant, about Punch or whatever, SZA then shared her own, and the article says, cryptic message on the platform, writing, Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait, LOL, silly goose. But to me, it didn't seem cryptic. Don't SZA always tweet like that? Ain't she a crystals, horoscope, astrology, sage kind of girl? Like, ain't she that kind of girl? And so, like, it was already crazy to take to take Punch's tweet promoting another artist and already run with it and go off the handles. But now, SZA, who already tweets things like this as it is, she's getting mad at her as well. The article says, and while she didn't name anyone by name, here comes Pink Wig quickly accusing SZA of subtweeting her, replying to the post by saying, go draw your freckles back on, Bookie. It's almost like Sis was saying, go and get that Sharpie, SZA, and do what you do best, And so SZA responds to her with what I think is the best clapback of the night. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm sure y'all may be wondering, like, why? Because all SZA said back was, I don't give a F about none of that weird S you popping. And so, but people clocked that what SZA could have meant by popping S could have been, double meaning, popping certain things, using certain elements, I would say, And I was like, oh, that's that SZA pen. That's a writer, if that's the case. But Pink Wig keeps on going. She went on to further criticize SZA's appearance in a series of follow-up messages. B-word looking and sounding like she got stung by a effing bee. Wow. And I'm just like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by that? Bee, look like certain things are big on her face. She got certain facial feet. Like, are you talking about lips and noses? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay. ... draws on my fake freckles. And SZA's looks weren't all the rapper took our way. Wig also called into question the singer's achievements as an artist, particularly a recent record. Her 2022 SOS album broke by going 9 times platinum in under 3 years. The milestone made SZA the only Black artist to spend over 80 weeks in the Billboard 200's top 10 chart, surpassing Michael Jackson's previous record. And so Wig said she put out a whole new album as a deluxe to an already existing album that was out for like a year or two, so the original album could break records. Like, what in the insecure lack of morals and integrity you doing? I thought she was like a real artist. Girl, bye. And I'm just like, it's just so ironic, girl. Everything is dripping with irony. Because I know Mrs. Do the Pink Bangs Come with the Pink Wig ain't talking, when I feel like she be putting out many different versions of the same single to try and break records or whatever. So it's just irony everywhere I look. Anyway, the article continues. Following the accusations, SZA didn't respond to Wig directly. Wig. And it's like, why would SZA go back and forth with someone that's probably angrily typing all this somewhere in a dark corner? Like, mama, for someone this rich and famous, though the rich part, I guess, is everybody talk about the rich part because people keep bringing up this alleged debt that you got allegedly touring for, allegedly free, allegedly, basically, allegedly. People online keep bringing that up, and you ain't dragged nobody who brought that up. So it's just like, how does someone, like I said, how does someone allegedly this rich and famous have time to be typing all this about people who ain't even mentioned her, baby? Like, you got too much time on your hands. Anyway, the article says, following the accusations, SZA didn't respond to Nicki directly. However, she did share her fierce opinion when a fan warned her that Nicki's fan army, the Barbs, were going to start attacking her. And SZA said, I get bullied by millions online every day, then step my ass out on a packed stadium tour where people show me real love. In real life, my parents are healthy, and I'm the most successful I've ever been. Get some effing perspective and bark at the wall. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into too much after this. All I got to say is, if you're wondering where this started, how it started, if you are wondering if it's because SZA accidentally looked in Cardi B's direction and then looked away, no, it's not because of that. Even though that could have been it could have been a possibility. It's because it all started with Punch's tweet. At least this is what I'm seeing based off my, little research that I done did. So, yeah, not for music, not for a new album, not for, hey, listen to this freestyle. Hey, it's not for, hey, this is, y'all remember this throwback? Hey, it's not for, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this project. Nope, she was trending for yet another tirade. Wow. Nostalgia be gone. When I say she could she could sell that in a bottle, label it Nostalgia Be Gone, sprayed that, she just sprayed it all over herself and all over her work, all over her social media account, everywhere I look, she just sprayed it down with Nostalgia Be Gone. Don't know what else to tell you. Thank you so much for watching. Love y'all so much, and make sure you have a good evening.
This ain't the only, push that holy, worship me, yeah, you could